Also, I want to say fucking ACAB, dude. I think every cop in the United States is a fucking coward, and I hate the cops.
Thank you, King. That's only brave opinions on this podcast.
You know what I think? I think if you have a problem, deal with it. What are you calling somebody else to fucking clean up your mess? Am I right?
It was especially funny because as soon as you said deal with it, the connection cut, like you got raided. That's the moment you said it.
Yeah, SWAT team just raids in and just beats the shit out of me.
FBI!
I'm like, no!
It'd be pretty easy to repel in on your set.
ACAB!
That'd be great. Maybe you think one of them would stick around and finish the podcast with me? That'd be friendly.
You know what? No, because they're all so fucking stupid that they wouldn't be able to read.
Yo,
we can bleep or cut any of this. It doesn't matter to me.
No, you're not. You sure are not.
No. Go ahead. We're having fun.
Okay, I'm gonna read this story now. Oh
god, I threw up a little bit. I will say this too. Okay. I can't remember if I told you this last time. I did get, before we get too deep into this, because this is a very controversial thing with the cops and stuff, and I have a controversial opinion. I got a bidet, and it is so cold. I cheaped out and I got the one that doesn't have a heater. And Isaiah, when I tell you, I was watching Titanic the other day, and Kate Winslet at the end of that movie, when she's like shivering and her lips are blue, that's what my asshole looks like every time I take a shit and use my bidet. I don't think it's possible that a bidet could give you a chemical peel through freezing the lips of your asshole, but it happens to me every time. So now I'm in a perpetual state of frostburn. All right. I've been frostbitten so many times, to the point where it makes, cause I used to look forward to having a nice shit, to start your day, not anymore. I've given up on coffee and Red Bull because that extreme pressure of cold water peeling the dead skin layer off my gray asshole is so intense that it wakes you up immediately. So, this is just that was the controversial opinion, but I will say that if you're gonna get the bidet, get the heated one. That's all I had to say. That's it. That's my message. 1034 to dispatch.
Dispatch, go ahead.
It looks like this house is abandoned. I think the 911. I think the 911 to 911. Sorry, guys. Sorry, it's always on my mind. I apologize. I think that the 911 hang up might have been some wires crossed. Clear me, no report.
10-4.
Sorry, I'm just taking a moment of silence.
Yeah, I mean, every day in my life.
Yeah.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved two towers from me. I once was lost, but now am found. I just wanted to pay a little homage is all. I won't do the whole thing.
I appreciate, between this bit and the ACAB opening, we are going to get destroyed.
See, I'm really getting
all our Texas boys.
I'm really emotionally tuggy. People don't know where I stand. So that's the great emotional
You're all over the
drawback.
place.
Yeah, exactly. People are like, what does he stand for?
Hey, regardless of what's going on, you're just rooting for the little guy.
I'm always an underground guy, and here's another thing too. I will do stolen valor. That's another thing I will do. I will do that. You will see me do that in my lifetime, and I will get caught.
I respect that. He continues.
The old farmhouse belonged to Dr. Wentz. He was the guy that I'm sure you've heard of about. I'm sure you've heard about. Who used to go? Oh my. Good fucking God, Hunter. Get it together. My God. God! That old farmhouse belonged to Dr. Wentz. He was the guy I'm sure you've heard about who used to do botched abortions and all sorts of inhumane procedures back in the 1800s. He's the guy all the rich went to when they had young daughters getting knocked up, or when they had special needs child they didn't want to keep. God damn. He built the house himself and even named the road Patch Lane as a joke to all the patching he did for people.
I'm just laughing at you because it sounds like the cop, like midway through, is like, "Get it together,
come on, tell the rookie about the abortion doctor who used to cut up dogs. He called every Mexican person he saw a chihuahua. He was horribly insensitive."
I don't know what it is about you that keeps wanting to take stories in that direction.
I'm just saying, I can't wait. People don't know we are getting ready to go on break, and we're getting ready to go camping. And it's going to be awesome.
I don't like anything you're saying. I will say during the while we were reading Goatman on tour, Hunter kept bringing that up at every show. Kept bringing up the whole like, oh, isn't it funny if some guys got to fooling around in the woods? And I will just say, LA did not like that joke.
Nothing funny about
every other city found it hilarious. In California, not a laugh in the room. They were just staring at us.
Dead meme immediately. Just a couple guys,
and you kept trying to force it.
Oh, I absolutely did, much like my fist. Just a couple guys fisting around. You know what I mean? Is what it is.
Yep, that's what it is. I'm gonna keep reading now. Okay. You know, it's weird you mentioned that, because I used to have these nightmares about that house because there were so many ghost stories.
Isaiah, do not tell me that you do not fucking trauma dump me right now.
Listen, I used to have so many nightmares about that house. I would have dreams about like there was a monster in it or like it was on fire, stuff like, because it was just a creepy house, right? Because it was, old, decrepit. It was built like in the late early 1900s, so it looked like an old like plantation style house or whatever, but it was like overgrown and stuff. So I used to have nightmares about it, and I would have this one nightmare where there was a face looking at me from like the top of the stairs.
Oh my God.
Like where the banister was, there'd be someone looking down. I had that dream a lot, and it's almost so vivid. I wonder if it's like a memory.
How old were you? Well, how old were you when you went into the house with your dad?
Like 9 or 10.
Dude, oh my God, Isaiah, you saw a fucking 50-year-old homeless guy looking at you. He probably did too. He probably put his fucking gross ass finger up to his lips. He did. Shh. Like Sleepy Hollow or some shit.
He might have, because honestly, I don't remember
say
that much.
Nothing. You called him the Can Man because he had like a bunch of fucking canned beans rattling around. The Can Man keeps looking at me. And your dad's like, "Shut up! Come on, we gotta go meet Grandpa on the double wide." It's like the Can Man treats me nicer than Grandpa or Dad ever did.
I mean, if it was the Can Man, he was quite nice to me. I
know. I bet he was. You know why? Because every day you would fucking paw around your grandpa's double wide trailer for some can of Heinz beans. Can Man. You had a spoon. You'd hit the side of it. Can Man. You hear him rustle around.
The can man is certainly a great CreepCast character to relay off my possible childhood trauma. Look, here's what I have to say. Here's what I think. If it is a repressed memory, I hope it stays repressed. I hope I never. I hope I never dig that one up.
I have a haunting feeling that you are going to get a visit from the Can Man in your dreams tonight, dude.
I have a feeling
you opened up a Rolodex in your brain.
I hope. I actually haven't thought about that in a long time until we started reading about the house. And as she's describing like the open door, I'm thinking like, oh, that's kind of familiar. And now
there's a man standing there with a string of cans attached to his belt. Isaiah, come on inside. I like to imagine that the Can Man was actually very kind. You can do anything you want with your life. He's just stuffing his face. That's good.
He was very, yeah, he was just like a friendly old guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's a much more pleasant outcome than what the reality
I didn't want to go down the.
Yeah, I know. Because we decided that the house was too far gone. Because it was like too damaged. It cost more to repair it than it would be to just get a new place, right? So, we went back years later because it had what was that wood called? Wormy chestnut. It's like a older like vintage wood that some of the floorboards were made of. And we're like, oh, well, maybe we could salvage it and sell it because it's apparently worth a penny. So we go back to look at the house again. And like the cot was still there, I remember.
Oh my God.
But Dad was like, no one's been here for a while. But I think he may have just been lying to me.
He's 100% lying. You know why? Probably because I bet you, if anything, if I met your parents, the first thing they'd say is, yeah, what's weird back then is when Isaiah was seeing the can man, he kept coming into our room late at night and he had bush beans all over his lips and shirt. We kept saying, Isaiah, what the hell are you doing with all these bush beans on your shirt? The can man shared it with me. I'm sharing it with the can man.
I like the idea that there was like a creepy old man who lived in the house outside, and the worst thing he ever did was sneak me beans to share with him as he told me stories.
If you come bring me beans, we can eat it together.
Yeah.
It's like a weird haggling thing. I'm spending $70 a week on bush beans, for Christ's sakes, Isaiah.
I do vividly remember finding a dead cat in the house.
Isaiah, this is not the time or place to keep unveiling.
I'm like,
you need to talk to a therapist immediately.
I remember because I'd never seen like a pet-sized animal dead, or like an animal that could be a pet dead.
What's
and
weird is that
I remember
the dead
what
cat
it looked
was the
like.
shape of a human, and it was under a rag.
Yeah,
it's under a blanket.
That's what that smell was. That's why it was
weird.
so familiar.
It smelled like it looked like a cat at first, but then a man drug it upstairs. I don't know what happened to it.
This time,
nobody likes a smartass, Barkley. Go start your shift. You have a lot of follow-ups to do now for this. You have a lot of follow-ups to do now for this case. It can't be doing that shit at night.
bro. I love like stereotypical police settings.
Now
like, you're off this case.
I got
I'm
paperwork
out of order.
at the
You're out
ass,
of order.
Barkley. Listen here. The mayor's at my ass.
This whole department's coming apart.
Yeah, exactly. We're falling apart at the seams, and the mayor's up my ass.
You're off this case.
You're back on it. Now you're off.
You're on the case. You're off the case. You're on the case again. No one's on the case. Everyone's on it. No one's on it.
Get off the case. All right, come here.
Get on the case. All right, now that you're on it, now get off it. I wanted you on so I could put you off.
I have so much paperwork.
That's got to be like crack to like grow a mustache, be on a department for years, and then yell at like some rookie, "You're off the case." That's got to be.
If I was a 58-year-old man with a stash, and I was just I was like, "You son of a bitch." The mayor is breathing down my neck, and now I got a stack of paperwork that's gonna take me the rest of the goddamn week. I'm keeping an eye on you, Berkeley.
That's so good. I love that one. I'm keeping an eye on you. I feel like, hold on, I've got aviators. Should I put them on?
I think so. When you're a cop now, Isaiah, you got to.
Hold on.
If you're in cop energy, you got to put on the aviators. Nobody likes a smart-ass broccoli. Nobody likes a smart-ass Berkeley. Go start your shift. You have a lot of follow-ups to do now for this case, and can't be doing that shit at night. Get out of my office. Hello? Oh, he had to get up to go get his aviators. Oh no, we gonna rock down to Electric Avenue.
Okay, that took much longer than I was originally expecting, but I found them. All right. That was definitely worth the time.
That was definitely worth the time.
It was definitely worth it.
Right.
100%.
And can you explain why the hair color was wrong and about half of these items are listed as undetermined? If you think you can do better, go right ahead. God, what is this police department? She's like the only professional person. She's like, am I the only person actually doing my job here? He's like, I took my crack at it. If you think you're better, go ahead, change it. I wrote it all in pencil. Erase whatever you want and write whatever you need down.
It's really funny because it's like, hey, you didn't list a cause of death. It's like, it's been a whole 2 days. You think we can tell after 2 days? Who are you?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. What do I look like? Harry Houdini?
Do you think I'm Batman or something? World's greatest detective? No, ma'am.
Come on.
How am I supposed to tell? You think I could tell how somebody died from a body? They got to be alive to tell me that. Bada bing. Duh. Toots. And then she's like, okay, did you Why did you say her hair was brunette? What do you want me to do? Look at her?
So what? We're gonna get this semantics. I'm colorblind.
First, she wants me to be a magician, figure out how she died. Then she wants me to look at the body. Who they hiring down at the department these days?
Sweetheart, you're so much prettier when you smile.
Yeah, he immediately launches into like, has anyone ever told you you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen?
Oh my God, you might be the most beautiful angel I've ever seen.
I'm
surprised God let you come down from heaven.
I don't mean to be too forward here, but you have an amazing rack. Can I say that? I don't mean to be too harsh, but it's just a fact.
I like to be very subtle, but I would love to make love to you at any point. I hate to impose this question because I pride myself on my subtlety, but are your nipples tiny or are they the big pancake ones? Just tell me, I gotta know.
He's like taking his clothes off.
Yeah, she's like, with how everyone's acting so far, I would not surprise me. This fucking police department sucks.
She's like, why did you list the hair color as brunette? And he's like naked, rubbing oil on himself.
He's like, yeah, coconut oil's great for the skin, sweetheart.
I would like to take you on a date tonight. What do you say?
I'm going to take you to the fanciest restaurant you've ever been. It's called Olive Garden. Free breadsticks, sweetheart. Do you like bread? She's like, do I like bread? Oh, yeah. They even put leaves in there. She's like, it's spices. It's oregano. Mm-hmm. No, leaves.
Leaves. They put leaves in there. Then if you get the potato soup, you can dip the bread in the soup, and then it's a whole nother world. It's a different ball game.
If you can get potato soup, you can get cabbage soup from Olive Garden. She's like, are you eating like a Depression era person at a restaurant? I would like the edge of a loaf of bread and a bowl of your finest cabbage soup. Thank you.
What do you mean they sell pasta here?
Yeah. What is it, wet bread? I don't like that.
Disgusting.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. We're
You're
leaving.
off the case.
We're going to Red Robin. Yum.
Okay, where was I? Okay, yeah. I asked to go see the body, and I wanted to make sure I wasn't just making shit up in my own head. Shockingly, he agreed and took me over to the freezer. Again, it's a small town, so the morgue only had about 5 bodies in the freezer. But that's a lot of bodies, I feel like.
Five bodies? Good God.
For a small town to have in the freezer?
Yeah. There's 70 people who live this town. There's 5 dead bodies already.
We had an 8% casualty event last night.
I do not know how we are going to economically recover from that DUI incident.
Of the 5 people on dead, that includes the mayor.
Yeah, the mayor,
his secretary,
the head of commerce, and the owner of the bank. We don't know how to get into
as well as the pastor of 3 churches in the region. One of them was Jewish. We don't know how he did it. That's how good he was. We'll never recover.
Yeah. Oy vey.
It's again. There's a body in there that's in both like a priest garb and like a Jewish synagogue.
He's a rabbi and a priest. How the hell did you do it, Rabbi Priest?
Okay, we have to lock in on the story a little bit. This is we were pushing it with the bug thing last time.
Yeah,
I feel
we're
like
gonna
this
be
is a
pissed
bridge
now.
too far.
I know
They're
everyone's
gonna be
mad. Whatever.
I left the freezer since I could barely feel my own fingers and asked the Chief Emmy if he had copies of their attempts to identify the body, dental moldings, fingerprints, DNA test, etc. Handed me over a stack of some papers and said,
"Good luck." Why are there only 6 fingerprints? Why didn't you do all 10 like normal? Well, why did you check the lock of the door while you were 3 days ago? God! What is this? This is the most fucking petty police department of all time. Well, why didn't you check the lock of the door while you were there 3 days ago? I don't tell you how to do your job, so why the hell are you going to try to tell me how to do mine? What is this?
It's insane. He's literally like, look, you couldn't find the body, so I'm going to not identify
Exactly.
it.
You did
Potato,
check
potato.
that. I left out 4 fingers. Even Stevens. The clean slate. And I feel sick and sad. I feel like a piece of cloth.
All right, maybe we should end the episode there, buddy.
I feel like a ragweed.
Okay. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. I want to check out some of the other stuff. I like this idea. I want to see it refined more. So be sure to check it out. We'll have stuff linked in the description. Hunter, is there anything you'd like to say?
I feel like a piece of cloth. I feel like a ragweed. It's really, I want to go home.
Thank you all so much for watching.
I'm a piece of
Hope
cloth.
that you enjoyed. Get the merch while you can.
I'm a ragweed.
It's gonna be sales are gonna be over very soon. Thank you for the support. Continue to support here, like, comment, audio platforms, all that. Thank you all so much, and we will see you next week. Until then, stay creeped, you Cass. Stay cast, you creeps. Yeah.